Hello, my name is Raymond Bly. I live in Jessup, Maryland. For 41 years, this county's been trying to drive me out of my home with citations, saying I can't do this or that, condemning my home, breaking out my windows with the snow plows, everything to harass me out of my home so the builders can get it for a vacant lot prices instead of the buildings I have on it. My wife got sick in June of 2010, and June 23rd of 2010 they did a biopsy to find small cell lung cancer. She started chemo, radiation, etc., all kind of lung doctors, stomach doctors for ulcer, you name it. My kid showed up the first year. I knew my wife was going to die, so I gave my kids tens of thousands of dollars in the next 2 years so they wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. I gave my grandkids a lot of money too for Christmas and birthdays. But then they quit showing up, so we cut them off. And then they started fighting over who's going to get what, and telling me I can't take care of Mom because I smoke around her. I can't do this, convincing the hospital that I'm unfit to take care of my wife. I had to fight and fight and fight with my wife. I hate my damn 3 kids. I can tell you a lot more about them, but I worked too hard to get them their college and their careers that they now have to ruin it all for them. But I'm about ready to do it. Maryland state law, which I did not know. Well, let me go back a little bit. My wife had strokes. She's had dementia. She's had Alzheimer's for 20 years though. But I played with her brain by counting boats coming home when we were going over fishing to catch mirrors and stuff to keep her mind active over the years. I've had to forcibly remove my wife from the hospital, Howard County General, several times when the hospital's demanding she has to go to one of my kids' houses or to a nursing home. I was unfit to take care of her. And then in June, one night she couldn't wake up. She went to bed early. I thought it was normal. The next morning I couldn't wake her up. I rushed her to the hospital to find out she had a UTI. And she was also, her medicines were interfering with her and keeping her comatose. Howard County General did not treat her. I ran through $10,000 to $15,000 in a matter of 4 or 5 weeks of emergency money I had saved up. Everything I own is paid for. It took me 47 years of marriage and my wife and me working our ass off to get all of this stuff paid for. To not realize there's a state law that says that if you're a convicted felon, you can have nothing to do with a sick person. So the court took complete everything away from me, seized my assets, seized everything. It's ridiculous. And then they seized my wife October 1st, sent the SWAT team to take her away from me because I'm unfit to take care of her as a felon. I took on the SWAT team, and then I took on a psych ward for 14 days at Howard County General Hospital, which was a total laugh. I never stopped laughing the whole 13 days I was in there and had everybody else enjoying themselves. We had one hell of a good party. And I was counseling everybody because they didn't have time to counsel anybody. They just wanted to drug everybody up. Medicine does not work. Facing real life and coping with it works. But this law, the letter of the law says, I am unfit to be around my wife or touch anything that could be considered hers whatsoever. Life insurance, IRAs, cars, anything, even though it's all joint names. They removed me from everything. I'm not allowed to have anything. And I'm living here at the mercy of the court since October 14th, when the psych ward kicked me out because I guess I was too crazy. I have 30 mental illnesses according to them. Every mental illness they could write down, I have. Then November 7th, they brought my wife back home because my kids were all about ready to get divorced. They all kept saying they could take better care of her, but they threw her away like trash because they were too busy to handle a little sick woman when I was doing it by myself with a lot of my handyman coming in and carrying her to the bathroom, tub to help me get a bath every couple of nights, Vietnamese lady coming in and spoon feeding her and everything. When Howard County General told me June 28th of last year that my wife only had days to live, and we refused to let her come home until I got my video camera in my wheelchair and brought her home and told them to go to hell. Then the court took possession of her. July 28th, 30th, she goes back to the hospital. They cut her off for 13 medicines and found she couldn't eat. Her esophagus was collapsed. She was very, very weak. They put a feeding tube in her. I brought her home comatose again to find out they left her on 2 blood pressure medicines, an extremely strong one and a light one. I called my doctor and said her 70 over 20, 80 over 30. He said, take her off of one. What the hell wrong? Or the doctors up there. And she woke up. She got completely coherent. I had motions to court to give her back her rights, give her back her possessions. She signed documents. I videotaped them under King at Ray Bly YouTube. You go to Ray Bly YouTube and see my videos, King. There's several of them. She wants me to take care of her. She wants me to handle the assets. The court told us to go to hell. They finally got my property from me. The county did, and the state did. How dare them? And now they're telling me I can't make medical decisions for my wife? And they're taking her away from me again? And putting her in a damn nursing home? She's Vietnamese. I have Vietnamese ladies coming out here caring for her as many hours a day as I can. I'm running awful low money. I'm running up my credit cards because I can't sell any damn thing. I own 5 vehicles. I'm worth over $500,000. Well, I'm not anymore. The court is. I could sell a vehicle and get more help out here from my wife. But the court won't let me touch anything. How stupid is this law? The felony conviction was illegal. I can prove it. It's 25 years old. And it was nothing to do with my wife. And to hell with my kids. They've been fighting for 3 or 4 years now on who's going to get what. And if I give one of them something, the other 2 are screaming and yelling, why didn't I give them 2? All they're doing is waiting for my wife to die so they can inherit everything, minus court costs and legal fees and everything else. I fought in Vietnam, got 3 Army Accommodation medals. I never fired my gun. I never took drugs. I smoked. I did drink a little bit once a month in Vietnam with the boys. But with 3.2 alcohol content, you couldn't get drunk in Vietnam very easily, unless you sat down and drank 2 cases of beer. And all you did was stand over a toilet the whole damn time and didn't get drunk anyway. But how can Maryland state law says since I'm a felon, no matter what felony, when it happens, that I'm divorced from my wife? I can't do anything to help my wife live. If you check statistics on small cell lung cancer, my wife has been alive 6 years as of June 23rd, 2016. 6 years. Only a handful of people in the world's ever lived that long with small cell lung cancer. Yes, I fire doctors. Yes, I take her off of medicine. Yes, I demand different kinds of medicines for my wife when I check with other cancer institutes of America, Cleveland Clinic and stuff. They tell me what my doctors are doing are right or wrong and what else my doctors should be doing with my wife. I want my wife home. I don't give a damn she's comatose. She woke up last night and they're going to put her in a damn nursing home, write Larry Hogan. Call Larry Hogan. Call Judge Tucker at the Howard County Circuit Court, Maryland, and say this law is unconstitutional. I'm a veteran that fought for rights. How the hell can a Maryland law take my rights away from my own wife? Thank you. Please help.